Carlos Alcaraz has always been a player who dazzles with his game. His blistering forehands, fearless backhands, and tireless energy have made him one of the brightest stars in tennis. But this time, it wasn't a shot or a trophy that had the world talking. Just days after capturing his second US Open crown and the sixth Grand Slam of his young career, Alcaraz surprised everyone with something completely unexpected, an entirely new look. The Spaniard unveiled a platinum hairstyle that instantly became a global sensation. Known for his clean-cut, boyish image, the sudden transformation shocked fans and commentators alike. But for Alcaraz, this wasn't merely about style. It was a statement, a way of celebrating his triumph in New York while also reminding the world that tennis players aren't just athletes, they're cultural icons, capable of shaping conversations far beyond the tennis court. The story behind the transformation made it even more compelling. Before the US Open began, Alcaraz had faced an unusual setback. A playful haircutting mishap with his brother ended in disaster, leaving him with an uneven trim that had to be salvaged with a buzz cut. Though it wasn't the look he had envisioned, he embraced it, carrying the style through the tournament as if it were a symbol of resilience. Fans began associating the accidental cut with his determination and his ability to push forward despite imperfections. It became part of the narrative of his championship run, proof that he could rise above distractions and keep his eyes on the prize. When the tournament ended, though, Alcaraz wanted to reclaim control of his image. With the trophy secured and his place at the top of the rankings reaffirmed, he visited his trusted barber, Victor, who unveiled a striking platinum look complete with a sharp fade. It was bold, daring, and full of confidence. Suddenly, the accidental buzz cut that had once symbolized resilience had been reborn into a look that symbolized power, freedom, and reinvention. In many ways, the hairstyle mirrored his approach to tennis. Alcaraz has never been afraid to take risks, to experiment, or to push boundaries. His game is built on fearlessness, and now his style matched that philosophy. Just as he takes risks on the court, going for impossible winners, charging the net at crucial moments, he was now showing the same boldness off the court. The timing of the reveal could not have been more deliberate. Alcaraz didn't debut his new look quietly. He chose the moment when the world's attention was already on him, after becoming world number one again, after collecting 2 US Open titles, and after reaching 6 Grand Slam trophies before the age of 23. The platinum transformation wasn't hidden in the shadows, it came in the glow of success, amplifying its impact. Social media erupted almost instantly. Fans flooded platforms with reactions, calling the look iconic, fearless, and the symbol of the ice-cold mentality he showed in New York. Memes, comparisons, and tributes spread rapidly. Some likened him to football legend David Beckham, who used his hairstyles to make bold cultural statements. Others drew parallels to tennis legend Andre Agassi, who famously used his rebellious style as part of his identity. Whether Alcaraz had planned it or not, he was now part of that tradition, an athlete who understands that image and performance are intertwined. What stood out most was how quickly his appearance became part of the broader story of his victory. Commentators no longer talked only about his 6th Grand Slam or his dominance in New York. They spoke about his decision to stand out, to look different, and to signal that he was not merely the next Nadal, but his own man with his own identity. Alcaraz has often said he wants to be remembered not just for results but for who he is, and this bold look reinforced that mission. Platinum hair or not, Alcaraz is already rewriting tennis history. But by taking control of his style and embracing self-expression, he reminded the world that athletes in the modern era are more than their records. They are role models, entertainers, and cultural figures who influence fashion, identity, and conversation. For a generation of fans who follow him both on and off the court, this transformation wasn't just about a haircut, it was about confidence, freedom, and individuality. The origins of this new chapter trace back to that accidental moment with his brother. In the days before the US Open, Alcaraz found himself facing a haircut gone wrong. What started as a casual trim ended with a slip of the clippers, forcing him to shave his head entirely. For a player whose youthful style had always been part of his charm, it was a dramatic change. But instead of sulking or hiding, Alcaraz embraced it with humor. He stepped onto the courts of Flushing Meadows with a buzz cut that fans quickly noticed. Soon enough, the haircut became part of his story, with social media dubbing him the "buzzcut champion." As he bulldozed through opponents and lifted the trophy, the haircut became symbolic of his approach to life: don't dwell on setbacks, adapt, move forward, and thrive anyway. By the time he was celebrating his victory, the buzz cut had taken on a life of its own. Fans even joked that it might be his new lucky charm, but once the job was done, Alcaraz decided to take back control. That was when the transformation happened, and his new platinum look became more than just a hairstyle. It was a visual metaphor for what he represents as a player: bold, adaptable, and unafraid to embrace change. The reaction from fellow players and fans alike showed just how significant this moment was. It wasn't just about style, it was about identity. Alcaraz had shown that in today's sports world, athletes are not confined to the boundaries of their game. They can be trendsetters, cultural influencers, and icons who inspire not just with their performance, but with their personality. Years from now, fans may not remember every single match point from the 2025 US Open. But they will remember the platinum look, the transformation, and the statement it made. Carlos Alcaraz reminded the tennis world that champions are not just made in stadiums, they are also shaped in moments of self-expression, where confidence and individuality shine as brightly as trophies. And so, the story of his hair became the story of his triumph. From a playful mishap with clippers to a bold platinum rebirth, the journey reflected exactly who he is: fearless, resilient, and determined to carve his own legacy. Carlos Alcaraz is no copy of the past. He is no shadow of Nadal, Federer, or Djokovic. He is his own champion, defined by daring shots, fearless choices, and now, a platinum shine that will forever be remembered as part of his journey.